Hello everyone, my name is Scott Flynn. This is my project for ENME 351 Lab 9. And I've essentially made a Pong game, pretty straightforward, just like traditional Pong, using two potentiometers, and I'll get into detail in just a moment on how exactly it works. But yeah, this is sort of my little demonstration to start out. And yeah. So first things first, this is the circuit. I have my two controllers, and they're very, very basic, just a simple potentiometer with an analog input going to the Arduino, which goes to processing. And if I show you here, the code's very, very basic, just reading each analog input, printing them to the serial monitor, and let's see, there we go. And then these are each, so if I turn this potentiometer, that left number changes, and then the same thing with the right one. Pretty straightforward. And then moving over to the processing. This is pretty much, as you can see, the Arduino and the wiring is very, very straightforward. This is mainly a processing-based project. And so yeah, it's about 100 lines of code. A lot of it I was inspired from things online that I found involving like bouncy balls around, like if you're making billiards or something in processing. And yeah, so basically you start off, it's a lot of initializing. I used images actually for everything. So instead of drawing a lot of the stuff, I realized like, oh, it'd be cool if I just like take an image of a soccer field online and then use that as the background. So things like that. The same thing with the soccer ball. You probably noticed it wasn't just a circle. Just another like simple transparent image online. And then those were put in. Lots of initializing. I feel like a lot of this is pretty straightforward. And then from there, there's this big chunk here about reading in from the serial monitor, so that it sort of, fully understands where the what the data from the Arduino is in the potentiometers. And yeah, these are, loading in the paddles, putting them all in the right position. A lot of this early on code is just, I guess you could say, spawning in each image and making sure it's oriented right. And then doing it twice because there's two paddles. And, for instance, if the ball bounces left, it goes out of bounds. It can also go right and go out of bounds, and that'll cause the score to tick up. And yeah, here's the score counter there. There's some functions at the end of this lab. So right now there's some things that aren't defined that look weird, but those are functions at the end, or not the lab, the code, excuse me. Yeah. So pretty straightforward. This is the end of draw, and then down here all the functions, a bounce function, what happens when the ball touches the image or close enough to the image of the paddles, what happens, bounces away. And yeah, there's a reset at the bottom, all pretty straightforward. The bounce thing in particular is pretty cool. I used this example online for how you could have a ball bouncing around a boundary, and that's why it moves so, I guess you could say realistically, at least realistically, in 2 dimensions. But yeah, there's also, you might have noticed in the code just things about how the ball starts at a random speed in a random direction, and each time it changes directions. You can see the counter up top is a live counter. And yeah, pretty common, straightforward Pong. It worked a lot better than I expected it to, and I thought the images in the background added as a nice touch to sort of make it seem like we're actually playing soccer, even though the goals are a lot smaller in soccer. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. Thank you.